Taiwan Special, episode 2 for the week. So I talked yesterday about what I thought about Churchianity. Look, I'm going to do Gab.com stuff tomorrow. I'm going to tell you what I think about Gab.com. It's going to be interesting. Mean people. It's been a thing that's come up with me this week, and Taiwan has really helped me learn this. See, I'm over here, and I'm finally understanding what my black friends in America are talking about. They say, Jesse, it's the system. It's not all black friends. I'm just saying, okay, there are, no, but I've had a number of black friends in Chicago. They say, Jesse, you don't get this. The system is against black people. You got to get this. And I'm like, I don't see it. I'm like, I'm listening, but I couldn't see it. I was looking for it. I never found it. What do they mean, the system? I'm like, well, they must be right because they're my friends and they're good people. I wouldn't have bad friends, and I don't see a reason that what they're saying is false, but I couldn't see the evidence. I hadn't seen it. It's Lord of the Rings 2 Towers, where Treebeard's walking through the woods, and he hadn't seen what Saruman had done to tear down the Fangorn forest around Orthanc, and he finally sees it, and he's going, this does affect me. And it's like they were trying to tell him, but he hadn't seen it. Well, I came over to Taiwan, and now I was the minority. I was the foreigner, and I loved it. I'm so happy I did. I would have done it again. I thought I was going to get something like this. I didn't know it was going to be this difficult and wonderful because of it. And so I'm so happy that I understand my black brothers and sisters in America now, because Taiwan has a system stacked against me. And so I understand America's black people, and I love it. I'm so happy that my life is terrible like this because I understand people, and that's more important to me. So that's why I came over here, man. So I want to know stuff. I don't want to have some comfortable, silly little life where everyone gives me what I want and forget everybody else. As long as I've got it, I can say, oh, I don't see what your problem is. That's not the life that I want. My goodness, I'm really excited. It happened all this week because I read the Mike Bickle speech, the lost Mike Bickle sermon from 2003. I read that one. No, it's on, you got to go to my YouTube channel and scroll down to the bottom and look at the last Essential Bickle video. The Essential Bickle series. And the last video is read by me. There's this black video of me in a plain yellow shirt explaining it, black behind me. It's a black backdrop behind me, and I'm yellow shirt. I explain why I'm reading this thing. Go listen to that video. I read that, and that got me all excited. See, it's just proof you should read other people's speeches. But you know, the thing is, you know, I mean, he talks about the stuff I was talking about yesterday, you know, with churchianity, my church, your church. We don't want to have a hyper comfortable, it's just our group sort of thing. We don't want to live in that. We want real life. We want full transformation for everybody. We don't want to, at least I don't want to just have a nice life for myself. I want a nice life for the whole world. And if the guys down the street would be willing, if someone just showed them, like how to tie their shoes or something, maybe their parents never taught them how to tie their shoes. So teach them how to tie their shoes. Maybe no one ever told them that it's okay to sweep the floor, and they don't know, because some people don't do that. So someone just show them, and okay, and they'd be happy to do it, or whatever else. How to have a job. Maybe, hey man, don't drink so much. You got friends. You don't need to do that. You don't need to escape life. Maybe they just need some encouragement, and with that, they'd have the nice building over there. They'd have the nice, comfortable life over there. And so when my black brothers and sisters are going, the system's against us, I'm like, there's injustice somewhere. My friends aren't happy, so I'm not happy. And I've been over here in Taiwan, and I've seen it. And Taiwan really showed me that people are just mean to other people all over the world. There people everywhere are just mean to other people. I don't mean all people are just mean. But everywhere, there are people who are just outright mean. And they've got their excuses, and they're very calm when they do it. And if you're not the one they're being mean to, you can't really see it happening. He's being mean to me. Look, he's hitting me. I don't see it. Yeah, that's because where he's standing, you don't see the club in his hand. He's beating the guy. Guy comes out, look at these bruises all over me. And then What did you do to yourself? I told you he beat me. Stop complaining. That's our world. And Taiwan really showed me what it's like to have that. And so this is just a thing. That's it. That's the message. This is a thing. It's all over. And there's two things about it. On the one hand, look, you got to get over it, man. People are just mean and wrong, and God will judge them for it. In the end, they're going to be in big trouble. They might burn in hell for it. I'm not going to get into how God's judgment works. That's another question. God, they might be good in other ways and God forgives them, but they're pretty bad off because most of their life was just being mean to people. So it's like, you don't go to hell, but that's all you get is don't go to hell. You don't get anything good. That might happen, but God is going to deal with it. And when we see it, we're going to go, that's exactly what that guy deserved. So God's going to deal with it, but you got to get over it. That's the first thing. The second thing is you got to not accept it. It's like, how do you accept, or how do you get over something while not accepting it? Like, how do you do that? You know, it's like, well, that's actually the whole point. You can't not accept, aka eliminate the problem, until you emotionally get over it. While you're mad and angry and vitriolic about what they do, you're drunk on emotion, specifically rage and anger, and you can't see straight. You can't drive drunk. You can't solve problems when you're drunk on angry emotions. You've got to clear out the angry emotions and get unmad so you can get even. And I don't mean get even like in the mean way. I mean like even it out and stop the problem. I mean, the number one way, and this goes back to Frank Sinatra, Larry King, I think, quoted it, the best revenge is massive amounts of success. And so, the best way to get back at people that are mean is to just make it so they can't be mean. I mean, it's like being mean to people is their drug. It's like they're addicted to being mean. And if they can't go find someone to torment, it's like they go crazy and they go through detox. And they go through this detox thing where I can't be angry at people, and they yell, and there's no one to send their anger out onto, and there's no one whimpering and crying because they beat for them to get their fix. Oh, looking at someone suffering, like they can't get that. There's no endorphin charge that comes back to make them feel good about being cruel. So they're left with this hunger and this anger all to themselves, and they're unable to get rid of it, and they start going through this detox thing, and it is the perfect torment response punishment for those people. You really want to punish people who are mean? Just unplug them so they can't be mean. That really will result in the most gratifying, the best to teaching. It could redeem them after a while. They might learn, gee, I'm a really lousy person. And they might become better. And if that person becomes your friend and starts dealing with the problem elsewhere, that's justice, isn't it? Lincoln said, do I not destroy my enemy when I make him my friend? That's what Lincoln said. Do I not destroy my enemy when I make him my friend? So, we want to make the world better. We can't accept. You can't just turn a blind eye, look the other way when people are being mean to people, but you can't just stay mad about it either. So this is this thing that's just been occurring to me all over the place. And it's a big, huge thing in the church. You know what? I'll say this I'll wrap it up with this. Because this is going on in the church. This happens in organized, instituted, government licensed church. Think about that. Government licensed church. What the heck? Like church is supposed to be like breathing. Government doesn't tell you to breathe. You just go out, you come out and you just want to breathe. Church is supposed to be like that. You just, yeah, let's be friends with people and do good things. Like, that's it. The building, and you go, and they start at 9. What the heck is that? That's something some guy came up with. That's not church. But in that churchianity thing, there's, in Christian friendships, there's this problem. People are mean inside that, especially the instituted churchianity thing. And it's like, I'm all for forgiving people. We've got to forgive people. I mean, it's like you see a car crashed and you go up to the car crash site. It's like, what happened here? And there's a 13-year-old kid at the wheel. sitting in the car, a little bloody, going, still dazed and confused and dizzy, unable to get out yet. Because that's what happens when you crash a car. I know. So the 13-year-old sitting at the wheel, and you're going, what are you doing driving, man? You're 13. You can't be driving a car. That's like 15 years old with a permit and a parent, 16 years old by yourself. Like, you can't be driving. Now, you forgive that kid for crashing the car, right? You have to forgive him. But just because you forgive him doesn't mean the 13-year-old's ready to drive the car. We've got a lot of mean people that are leading Christians in the world. That's why the non-Christians don't like them, because they're led by mean people. Well, we got to forgive them, but that doesn't mean they're ready to lead. They need to be fired. You don't give the 13-year-old the keys to the car just because you forgave him. He shouldn't be driving. It's a difference between forgiveness and stewardship. Yeah, you can forgive him for doing a bad job, but he's obviously not ready to have this responsibility. And when you look at kids, hey, look, you do a good job cleaning, I'll let you clean, but you're still learning. I got to watch you when you clean. That's not about forgiveness. That's about teaching and knowing what people are ready for. We've got a lot of leaders who shouldn't be leaders among Christians, and that's why they fail, because we haven't told them, no, I love you, but you're not ready. And so in the whole process, I'm all for forgiving people, but we can't have a situation with these 5 things. 1, someone does what's wrong, evil, sin, they're mean to other people, something. And then 2, they give an apology. 3, they keep benefiting from the bad stuff they did to people. They stole money and they get to keep it and the stuff they bought with it, and they just keep it. Can't have that. And then they don't go fix the damage. They don't give money back to the person. They don't help that person on their feet. They don't bind up their wounds or anything, take them out, nothing. And then they keep carrying on as a leader teaching Bible to Christians. You can't have all those things. We got to forgive people, but we can't have this thing where people just are mean to other people and benefit from it and just carry on and on and on and on. At some point, you got to draw the line. What did my friend say? I'm no longer, quote unquote, not really, but saying this. I'm no longer telling myself that I'm accepting the things I can't change. I'm going to change the things I can't accept. There's a point where we get there. See you tomorrow.